Kickoff fast approaching here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. Straight ahead, a good look in store this afternoon. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. Tirico along with Greg Olsen. Will Reichert will get this one started. And off we go from North London. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran, still go, former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023. It's Joe Flacco.
And here we have a former Super Bowl MVP. Now, Mike, he might not be what he once was, but you can argue he has transitioned into being one of, if not the most reliable backup quarterback in the entire NFL. Whenever he's been forced into the starting lineup, he gives your team a chance. That's all you could ask for, especially at this point in his career.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. This is Jerome Ford. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. He's tackled down by Byron Murphy. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Flacco to throw. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really, it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen?
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
In motion, it's Jefferson. On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Browns offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Ford. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Flacco. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
3rd down and 3. He'll try and run for the first down. It's Ford. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. They'll run for it. It's Ford. And he's going to have a Browns first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
RPO, that one is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Jonathan Bernard. In for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? More from the International Series in London after this. Start of the second, Browns in control of the football as they face a difficult 3rd and 12. Going deep downfield for Judy. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Jerry Judy, the intended target, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their second possession. They had a disappointing quick 3-and-out on that opening drive, so they'll try it again here in a scoreless game with 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. They run it once more with Jones. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here's Ryan Wright now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Browns offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice, looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. From the 20, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Flacco. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. 17 yards on that connection. It's a Browns 1st down.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one, and they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
On the handoff, 4. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long, so the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Here's a screen set up for 4. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is 4. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Flacco to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Vikings offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They've had it twice, and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this 3rd drive.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And it's going to be 3rd down. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee, take this on into the locker room. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So, halftime straight ahead, and we'll send it to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, thank you. A couple offensive coordinators likely busy during the break. What can we do to generate some offense in this second half? Ty Chandler now to bring it back. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw is McCarthy. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
From the gun, it's a run, and it's Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Browns offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Cedric Tillman was the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
This is taken at the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he works his way through an opening, up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll motion over Thielen. They'll show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. Throw on the run is complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. 3rd down coming up.
Well, it's probably one of the most used cliches in football, but I think this is probably the appropriate use of missed opportunity. I mean, he's open in the end zone. All he has to do now is catch it. So that's a play they're going to look back on at the end of this game and say, man, we let that one slip away. He'll try and get there on the ground. And And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, it's Will Reichard time for this Viking field goal. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
DeAndre Carter on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Browns offense ready for this next possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Now Flacco. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Left side, he's got Njoku. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
This one down the field, but lined up incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
This brought in out past the 20. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. That's to the right side and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
In motion, Naylor. Now a handoff. Jones. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
So the key to these off-tackle style run plays, Mike, is you can't allow penetration. You cannot allow the defenders to get in your backfield, because when they do, the play really has no chance and you end up going backwards.
3rd and 11. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more of the NFL International Series after this. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll start out 1st down and 10. That one, oh, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
To throw is Flacco. That's caught. Down the field is Tillman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 31 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end. I promise you, that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Cleveland.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Give him 10 more on that one. And another first down.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
A give to Ford on the zone read. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Little quick pass to the receiver heading left. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Second and goal.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Throwing here on third and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Price now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start first and 10. And that one going to be closed down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. He keeps it himself. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. So here comes 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
A fair catch called for and made, but hold everything. There is a flag backed by the kicker. It may very well give him new life. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Running is Jones. And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
When this offense took the field, in their mind, Mike, they want to end this game in regulation. You do not want to play for overtime. And now as this 4th down comes up, I think this coach has a decision to make. Do you remain aggressive and keep the offense on the field and try to end it here? Or do you make the safe play and punt the ball away and settle for overtime?
Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. We're all even. 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. And mark them down up beyond the 30. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in this one.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's 1st down. 4. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Another try, 2nd and 10. Here's Flacco. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. And it's 1st and 10. Flacco to throw. Going for it all. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Judy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now, and the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Flacco completing that one to Carter. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up second and a yard at the 31-yard line.
A good spot here, second and a yard. Here we go. One final play. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be taken down, and that will do it. 4 quarters, no winner. Let's keep going. We're off to overtime. Determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Chandler now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Second and 10. On the draw, here's Jones. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6.
Now a first throw here in overtime. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Browns offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with first and 10. Throwing, Flacco. That is incomplete.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Back to throw. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Here's Flacco to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
And on third down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Unfortunately, Mike, over my career, I've been in this guy's shoes plenty of times, probably more than I wish to admit. You take your eyes off the ball. You think about becoming a runner before securing the catch, and when you do that, you end up watching the ball fall to the ground.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. On the zone read, it's McCarthy. And he'll convert, picking up the 1st down at the 46-yard mark.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for one extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up the 1st down.
Up the middle, here's Jones. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. He fought through that first contact. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Oh, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. And that not a guy you can afford to lose here in overtime. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. Oh, look at this! It's a fake! And they will finally bring him down, but what a call there! The fake works, big yardage, and the 1st down.
Certainly not the most creative way to pick up the 1st down, but Mike, no less effective. The offense gets to come back and maintain possession, and as the special team unit comes off the field, they did their job.
Jones now on 1st and 10, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
In motion, it's Jefferson. Again, it's Jones. And this a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and He's able to bring him down for no gain.
It is 3rd and long. A run. It's Jones. He's getting brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
So now, a big spot coming here. This one to win it in overtime. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This one he's gotta have. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So a win here for the Vikings. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. The final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long from London.